Alright, in this video we're going to take a look at the basics of Audacity here. Here's the interface with Audacity open. Nice, clean, easy to read. Let's just open up a file and show you some of the basics. File. Open. There's one at the bottom of the folder here called Testing. Let's just give it a play here. You'll see the waveform opened up, and when you hit the play button,
testing, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You get the idea there. You can notice that when there's sound being made by the file, there's an amplitude increase in the wave pattern, and when there's silence, there's just sort of no amplitude. It's just a flat line. So it makes it easy to spot where your sounds are playing and where they're not playing. Another thing to point out at this point is you'll notice we have two waveforms. We have, whoops, that didn't work. We have the one on the top line here, and we have the one on the bottom line, and they're identical. What this is this is a stereo track. A stereo track has information for your left ear, and it has information for your right ear. So if you are playing this out of headphones or speakers, you got different information coming out of each speaker. Now in this case, it's the same for each. A lot of the files I'll give you will be stereo files, but sometimes when you download files from the internet, you might get one that's called mono. And a mono track file will just have one wave pattern. You won't have the second one there. Just to save a little screen space, I'm just going to do that and shrink that one down a bit. Now what I want to show you here is I want to show you two tools. One is the selection tool and one is the time shift tool. And what these will let you do is these will let you sort of edit and clip and cut and move around parts of your sound files. So you saw here, let me just hit play here.
Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2.
So there was the one. The one was right there. You'll see the tool I have selected is the selection tool. With the selection tool selected, you can basically click, drag, and select portions. So there's the 1, 2, 3. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to select the 3, and I'm going to try to make a new track that goes 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to save it. Okay, using parts from my file here. And so I've selected the 3. Just to confirm, I can move to the timeline there, hit play.
3, 4.
Okay, looks good. So there's the 3. I'm going to go edit, copy. So it's copied it, and I'd like to paste it. But I'm sitting here looking, well, I don't want to paste it here anywhere. I like a new track. Okay, this whole thing is called a track. So to make a new track, I can go track, add new, and you're either going to be doing audio tracks when you have mono or stereo tracks when you're working with stereo. Now I'm working with stereo here, right? I had left and right ear. So I'm going to do another stereo track. So you'll see it made it underneath. I know it's a little bit big, but there's my new track. So I had highlighted my number 3. Let's move the cursor somewhere near the beginning here and go edit, paste. And there's my 3. To test it out, you can just move the cursor there and hit play.
3, testing, test.
And it did work, you heard it, but it's also playing this track at the same time. If you don't want this track to play, there's a little mute button here. You can mute the track out just for when you're fiddling around. Now when I hit rewind and play,
3.
I have the 3. Perfect. Now if I unmute, I can quickly go back and grab the 2 and do the same idea. Edit, copy, come down here, edit, paste, and I can grab the 1. Edit, copy, come down here, edit, paste. Now when I mute the track, come back to the beginning, hit play.
3, 2, 1.
I've got my 3, 2, 1, right? And it's right order. So this is very easy to work with clips, right? You could even do stuff like this. Like I can select that little bit, hit delete on the keyboard. Select this little bit, delete. Select that little bit, delete. I'm just sort of cleaning it up, right? Delete. The other tool here to show you is this one right here, the time shift tool. The time shift tool lets you slide things around. So I can click, drag, and basically it's pretty obvious what it does. It just moves the pieces exactly where I want them, so you can slide them together, or you can have a little bit of space between them, depending when you want these sounds to play in time. So a little rewind, play.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, and you have your clips. Now, when it comes time to exporting this, well, let's say I'm happy with this. I want to save this as a sound file. I don't want all this junk up here. So what you can do, just keep this track muted. When it's muted, it's not included in your final production. So I'm going to leave that muted. Okay, I've got this unmuted. If the volume's good, I like it, just go File, Export, and give it a name. So I could give it a name like 3, 2, 1, and hit Save. If you want, you can put your artist name, album, etc. MP3 files always have this attached to it, and then hit OK, and your file's been saved. When you actually go to play them, let's see here, Apps Online Audacity. There's my 3, 2, 1. That's not the one I saved. It's somewhere here. There it is, 3, 2, 1. And if you played it, it's going to play like a file.
3, 2, 1.
And there you go. Right, it works nicely. So that's a nice little intro. So we're going to give you a little practice assignment where you can practice using this.